Hello there guys, and welcome to another brand new video on the channel. As you might be aware, we are nearing the end of Forza Horizon 5, which released nearly 5 years ago now, and Horizon 6 is less than a week away now. I must say it has come around very quick for me, I don't know about you, but as part of my send-off to Horizon 5, I wanted to review the game. And in this review I will discuss my personal pros and cons and any other topics of discussion along the way, and even some things that I've picked up from the community as well, both when compiling the points for this video and just generally throughout playing over the past 4.5 years. You may have watched my channel update from earlier in the week, and if you did, of course, highly recommended. If you haven't, you'll remember my teaser that this video will be split into 2 halves. So, the first half. For this part of the video I'm going to read you a written review of Forza Horizon 5 that I produced as a coursework piece for my studies last year in English language. To hark you back even further, you may remember in my comeback video in August last year that I explained that I had been spending a lot of time studying, and that was the reason for my quite long absence from the channel, and this piece formed part of those studies, and I want to share it with you to complement this video, and then afterwards in the second part I will throw in some other discussion points as well. For a quick bit of context, this was written in the style of a magazine article, taking inspiration from the many times that I've read Top Gear magazines and their reviews of various bits of kit. So let's jump into the piece, and it is called Forza Horizon 5, Praised and Criticised, but which side wins? With this being a magazine article, it is split into sections, and the first of those is entitled What is it and where can I play it? Flawed, but the best game of its type available. That's how one gamer described it. Forza Horizon 5 is an open world racing game crossover set in a fictional representation of Mexico, showcasing its host country through 11 biomes, 4 seasons, 56 areas, 31 landmarks and 603 roads. It's a diverse and accessible paradise covering countless different game modes and interactive opportunities, making it the most advanced and appealing automotive game right now, and one vastly different to members of its Forza Motorsport sibling series. 3 versions are available: Standard Edition, the base game alone; Deluxe Edition, car passes thrown in including 42 cars originally dished out twice weekly from launch onwards; and Premium, replacing the previously termed Ultimate, the whole hog and the one I pre-ordered, further adding to the mix VIP pass and welcome pack. Separate to all of those are what one gamer terms extra pay-to-win car packs, 4 to 5 cars strong on average. Hosted on an array of platforms, it's incredibly accessible. Expectedly, all Xbox consoles and PC, Microsoft Store and Steam, are available. PS5 availability is incoming too. Side note, not in the review. This was written before that access was actually granted. Of course now it is available on PS5. No Horizon game has ever been available on PlayStation. The only major exception then is mobile, but good luck playing, never mind installing, a game of this size on one of those. The next section is entitled What's the customization like? It's something the game simply excels at, so much so you'll often find yourself stuck for choice, toying between Raptor R and M3 for the same event, as daft as that sounds. Take advantage of the 2,000 vehicle garage limit, doubled in update/series 24, to house the monstrously extensive 894 strong car list, that's inclusive of add-ons, enabling, perhaps, several of a car tuned for different events and classes. Plus explore the plethora of upgrade options. One gamer noted, the addition of off-road, drift and racing tyres gives players more freedom to build different types of tunes. FH5 also pushed further away from its predecessor, with hundreds of new wheel and rim options and crazy body kits, though Forza's own are still tremendously vile. The third section is entitled Any major physics or audio-visual changes? Yes. Well, Forza physics, in apostrophe marks, haven't changed. So, whilst audio-visual elements were significantly refined for launch, the physics department received less attention, leaving potential random gaming chaos. A new suspension system makes it easier to drive off-road, reported YouTuber AR12 Gaming, while extra kick-up from gravel and mud feed into greater authenticity on the non-tarmac. Conversely, imagine this and reality test. You're casually sending it off a cliff, and the angle's a bit off. Landing on a wing mirror, you all of a sudden find yourself 100 feet back in the air as if propelled from a giant trampoline. Boing! Subsequently, the eye of the storm violently spins your car, and to put the icing on the cake, after landing on 3 out of 4 wheels, you rotate 7,683 times and ultimately cease to move 1 kilometre from where you started. In discussing the sound transformation process that took 2 to 3 years, then lead audio designer Fraser Strachan noted the addition of over 320 brand new recordings, that is a direct quote, making Horizon 5 soundtrack legit, again a quote. Mike Brown, then creative director, commented on the new upgrade menu feature where you can rev and hear the difference each upgrade makes, another direct quote, followed by another direct quote, Mexico has such a strong audio palette. Moving on to another section, how much has the map stepped forward? Significantly. There's an air of Horizon 3 in the reasonably flat playing surface, where 4, representing Britain quite accurately, was more up and down. Scaling wise, it's 1.5 times bigger than its youngest relative. Consequently, in comes a corner-to-corner highway, a feature of high request, suitable for stretching the legs of any machine, amongst other features. Real-life murals cling to the buildings of scenic villages, respectful of the Mexican setting. Meanwhile, animals roam the beautifully coloured countryside fields and farms. Barn finds are carried over from FH4 but look slightly different, but despite a detailed big world with good graphics, in fact they wasted lots of room, argues one gamer. Debatable. Nevertheless, you can't deny the 11 biomes keep things entertaining in all 4 corners and everything in between, whilst you unleash horsepower down any of the 603 roads. A map feature and biome in its own right, La Gran Caldera, Horizon's volcano, completely towers over everything else. Its peak is the highest point in any Horizon game. It's also the only place you'll find snow when it's winter. Horizon 4, of course, had snow everywhere in the winter season. But then again, that was Britain and this is Mexico, so it makes sense. The main city, Guanajuato, another of the biomes, is a beautiful and hugely cool location for cruising and racing, even if you, like me, expected Mexico City to be featured in its place. 4 seasons were carried over from their British debut, adapted to suit the new climate. That means summer is wet season, autumn storm season, and so on. The latter can spontaneously generate overpowering but immensely realistic sand and dust storms, the result being severely lowered visibility, louder than Pagani V12 noise, and a car covered in layers of Mexican terra firma. Another section, any experience ruiners? Affirmative. Take these gaming accuracies. A 2021 Golf R that looks like a Mark 7.5, when that's frankly not possible with Mark 8 production starting in 2020. The stats menu showing you've completed 35 out of 31 speed traps. Personally, I find that a bit out of reach, but apparently I've done it. Beats me. Game crashes. The lack of synchronization and connection being lost, as one gamer correctly noted, contribute to a sometimes unplayable game. The developers have even had the cheek to add some of the above bugs to their known issue, won't fix or by design page on the Forza support hub. But remove these preventable own goals and Horizon 5 will be near perfection, if it wasn't for the cheaters. The literal cheaters, hackers and modders who think ruining others' experience for their benefit is acceptable. And the cheating, useless AI behaving like drunk people, again another quote from a gamer. I must clarify, Drivatars, the non-traffic car AI, who are usually in-game characters or random worldwide players, are crucial to FH5's success. They're great accessibility wise, allowing for offline play, and their difficulty can be adjusted to suit the player's skill level. Notably, Tourist landed in Mexico as the new lowest difficulty. But let's say you bump into someone like Excited Spoon 68704. As you overtake, you are denied, seemingly by the sudden activation of nitrous oxide transforming Clio into Corvette. Then, a display of cornering like they are on rails, followed by a missed checkpoint with no consequence. To top it off, you're viciously bumped off the road into oblivion, like Forza has transformed into Hulk's version of Mario Kart. Then they continue their commute as normal. The Uno reverse card is not functionality included if you were thinking of trying it on them, unfortunately. The next section is entitled, How's it kept fresh and alive? In short, The continuous, consistent and celebratorily creative monthly updates. Each brings along a monthly theme, for example high performance dailies and often evolving world features, such as the Horizon Oval Track Stadium makeover. The cars? There's plenty of them. The methods of obtaining them are exhaustive, but perhaps the terminology should be altered slightly. With automotive monsters like the new to Forza's Ford Super Duty F450 on the scene, cars isn't entirely accurate. Though not all are strictly new even when the game says so. It's not uncommon to see cars from previous titles return as new in apostrophe marks. The community calls it recycling, at least Greta would be happy. Furthermore, vehicles may be added that we've already countless versions of. Par example, when a 2018 Audi TT-RS is joined by an almost like-for-like 2020. You could of course just buy your artillery, but don't forget about the secret weapon, the festival playlist, boasting loads of season-specific challenge and reward combos and 20 and 40 point milestone rewards. It's the place to go for newcomer automobilia, themed events and deals better than a home bargains hand wash. The final section in this review. So, should you buy it? You absolutely should. Forza Horizon 5 cannot be beaten. It's miles ahead on jam-packed map features, server capabilities, continuous monthly updates, game modes. Humongous statistics characterise its prominence. 4.5 million players on release day, 10 million within week 1. The question this article aims to answer? Praise wins. It could go even further. Combine Horizon's open-world, freedom-inspiring nature with stablemate Forza Motorsport's phenomenally executed but restrictive track-based format into a Horizon Sport. The possibility of real racetracks would appeal to players looking for a more realistic racing experience, an anonymous gamer agreeably tells me. This way, driving to Silverstone in a Fiesta before hopping into a GT3 Porsche 911 to tackle the track, embedded into the discoverable map like all of the other features of present Horizon, becomes reality. Wouldn't that be a masterpiece? Its issues cannot be ignored, but 1600 plus hours in I still return, so I must recommend you give it a go. Buy it outright if you're brave, or try out Standard on Xbox Game Pass. The best racing game ever? Arguably. Undoubtedly the best right now. Well done Playground Games, I can't wait for the next chapter of the Horizon collection. And of course, that last sentence is rather apt now that we are anticipating the release of Horizon 6, which is within the next week. Still can't get my head around that. I really hope that you enjoyed that review. I tried to read it as I wrote it, which is reasonably formal, and as I said earlier, it is a magazine article. It's got them sections, it's got that Top Gear kind of style to it, so I hope that you liked it. It's not something I've ever done before on the channel, and I really quite enjoyed that, sharing that piece with you. Yeah, I put loads and loads of hours into that. There was a lot of time researching on the game, researching on the internet, researching on YouTube, using stuff that was already in my brain, putting it all on a page. I started off with probably 5 times that I just read to you, and ultimately I had to narrow it down in order to submit it as my coursework piece. Incidentally, the other coursework piece for that course was one about Goodwood Festival of Speed. I'm not going to read that one today, might save that for another rainy day, but I did really enjoy sharing that with you given the time that I put into it. There were a couple of points in there that I'd possibly like to expand on a bit more in this second section of the video, and that is just going to be other review points. I did have to cut quite a few good points out of that due to the word count limitation, so I just want to spend the rest of this video discussing the other things that are good and bad about the game, to wrap it all up as we head into Horizon 6 Japan. And I will try and link to things that I've learned about Horizon 6 so far as well, wherever possible. I have actually made the decision to leave that video there. I'm going to cover the rest of the points in a follow-up video. It is already recorded, so it will be with you very soon, but I've decided to actually not only split the video into 2 halves, but split it into 2 actual videos on YouTube, primarily just for engagement reasons. I didn't really know how long it was going to take to read that piece and then to discuss the other points afterwards, but now of course I do, and I've decided it would be best to leave that as it is, at around 15 minutes, and then the second part will be probably another 15 to 20 minutes after that, so do look forward to that. I'm going to be discussing and expanding things that I've discussed in that piece, and there's a lot more to come as well to officially wrap up the game. So thank you very much for watching, the support is greatly appreciated, and I will see you very soon. Bye!